I'm Joy.
Hi, I'm Yaw Yee.
Welcome to 5 to 9, where young professionals like me bring our leaders along to our after-hours hobbies.
Today we are going to dive into bouldering.
Let's go. So Yaw Yee, what do you usually like to do outside of work?
I go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, time permitting, of course.
Well, how did you get into bouldering?
So I first started bouldering when I was in university. At the climbing gym that I went to, I met a bunch of people. Because the climbing community is pretty big, that's how I got into climbing more and more regularly.
I think it's a fascinating sport, right? And to be honest, this is the first time I'm doing bouldering, so I'm going to take your lead.
Okay,
I'm going to learn from you today.
Sure, I'm no expert, but yeah, happy to guide you whenever you need help.
Great.
So, Yaw Yee, are you more of a sporty or like an artsy person?
I would say I'm probably a little bit more artsy. I'm a classically trained pianist, so I try to play the piano once or twice a week. And it's been my passion for a very long time.
I see. It's really like distress too.
It really does calm me down, especially after a hard day of work.
Okay, shall we? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So before we start off, it's important to fall correctly so that you don't end up hurting yourself. So maybe I'll demonstrate first. Okay, I'm gonna climb on this pink tile. So the rods are all differentiated by colors. So once I reach the top, I will have both hands on the top rock. So let's just say I'm comfortable like here. Then I will have to... Yeah, so this is usually how you fall.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to tuck your legs in and land on your butt.
All right. This is it.
Yeah.
And then I can fall.
Okay, Yaw Yee, why don't we have a mini challenge right now? We'll see who takes the fastest to climb a specific route.
I think we know what the answer to that question is. But let's
We never
do
know.
it.
Okay, sure.
Here goes.
Nice. Slow and steady. Nice one. Your left foot. Yeah. Nice. Good job. Good job. Wow, that was fast. Okay. Done.
Well done. Cool.
Thank you.
That was fun. Joy, I'm just curious. What is the difference between wall climbing and bouldering?
So wall climbing usually involves ropes and harnesses, whereas for bouldering it's like free fall. So there's a crash pad at the bottom where you can just fall and land on it. For wall climbing wise, usually more endurance based. Bouldering, it's like short bursts of energy that you need.
I learn something new every day.
So what's the most adventurous thing that you've done in your career so far?
Well, about 10 years ago, I took a leap of faith and I decided to relocate to Bangkok, and I worked there for a Chinese company without really understanding what the true scope of the work was. That was quite adventurous and very interesting as it turned out to be.
Wow, working abroad must be fun.
It was. So what was the most adventurous thing you have done in your career so far?
I think coming to NCS has been an adventure every day because this is my first time taking on a sales role, and in sales you meet a lot of different people and you take on new projects. So dealing with different clients and stakeholders every day feels like an adventure to me. Very exciting, a lot of unknowns, but it's always very rewarding. Yeah.
I have a challenge for you. Look, the turquoise rocks looks a bit interesting. I was wondering whether you could just climb the turquoise rocks for me.
Yeah, sure.
And there you go. Well done.
So the climbing community is quite wholesome and quite encouraging. So what they usually do is that when we climb, right, we'll cheer like the people who are climbing on. So we'll say like "allez, allez," which means go in French. Yeah. So that's like a common lingo that the climbers use at the gym.
You know, I'm so inspired. I'm gonna try the yellow one. Here I go.
Go for it.
Okay.
Allez. Nice. Slowly. Your right hand can get onto the same yellow rock. Yeah. And then your left hand reach up to it. Yeah. Then your left foot. Your right foot follows. Nice one. Good job.
That was fun.
Nice fun.
I was just curious, what muscle groups do you use when you're actually doing the bouldering?
Actually, it's whole body. That's why we did like warm up for all our body parts just now, right? Because usually for climbing, people think that it's only upper body strength, but it's actually whole body. So you need to engage your core quite a bit. And also lower body is quite important as well. So I usually use my legs quite a bit to propel myself forward, and my arms will help to support. But definitely, it will use your entire body. So how was the experience today?
I enjoyed it very much. It was exhilarating, especially when you put both hands on the last rock when you reach the top. And thank you for being a very patient teacher.
You're welcome.
Do you actually set goals for yourself every time you do a bouldering session?
Yeah, I actually do because I climb around 2 to 3 times a week. So each time round, I'll aim for a more difficult route. It's either that or I will also try to improve my technique throughout the climbs.
That's great.
What about yourself? Do you also set goals for your hobbies, perhaps?
I do, in fact. So every time I play the piano, I try to challenge myself by playing more difficult pieces, some things I picked up along the way, or pieces that I've always wanted to play.
So how was today's reverse mentoring experience for you?
It's definitely very interesting, and I've always believed that there's so much to learn from the young people like yourself, and I'm very glad we had this opportunity today, and you have been very kind to share with me your hobby and your passion and your joy. So thank you.
Thanks for being here also and being so adventurous to try out something new. I do hope that you will continue bouldering after this session.
I would love that. I had lots of fun. Thanks, Joy.
No problem. Thanks for being so open to try. That's all from us.
See you next time. Bye.